I am going to make example clicking game for tomorrow. Tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, there start these workshops again in two different schools. So the theme for this week is clicking. So far we have used keyboard to move the character around, but now I will show another way how to get around in the developing world, which is using the mouse and clicking. One great thing about clicking is that if you create a clicking game, you can port it to Android as well. So it's like tapping on the Android touch screen. If they want, I can upload it to my website and they can play it from phone if it's a clicking game, right? So my idea today is to create these windows that the hammer is destroying these windows by clicking. So we can easily see. So the children can easily see the cursor, which will be a hammer, and the windows will be clear that they are these like destroyable objects, as they are this glass of glass, right? So maybe something like lighter, or maybe not that light. So anyway, my idea is that we have next frame, it's cracks already in the glass, and next frame it's even more cracks, and then it falls apart if it's hit too many times with the hammer. So I had to think like, if this gets hit again with the hammer, it just vanishes maybe, so we don't need to make more of these at the moment. But we create a small piece that will be duplicated. So small piece sprite, and this will like fall from the glass if it gets destroyed. Yes, so yes, this is the middle one. So now we also create the hammer. The hammer is maybe something like 128 or something like that. And which color is the hammer? Well, on the original Game Maker logo, it was like a red hammer. But due to intense political situation, maybe not the red hammer, but like a green hammer or a yellow hammer, maybe green hammer. And let's try to draw the hammer. How does a hammer look like? Well, it has this part of that is used, this is from metal, this is green, and then this is part that is from wood, right? That is not used for heating. So this is the hammer. And Yeah, maybe not green, even maybe like this, so it's clear that it is a hammer. So let's rename this to hammer sprite, and now we have this necessary images. Now we need to create the code and the objects. So my object is class, which is 3 frames, and I try to remember how it was in GameMaker. It needs image speed needs to be 0, right? If it's if I don't want it to change the animation by itself. Now, if it collides with the hammer, okay, the hammer isn't object yet, so we create the hammer object. If it collides with a hammer object, it will put the animation to the next frame, right? So if it collides with a hammer, so now this how it was image index was the correct one. Image index goes, aga it only needs to be relevant. Well, let's see, if it gets to step 3, it will destroy, right? But if it is at this step 3, I think the image numbers are like 0, 1, and 2. If it isn't 2, right, then we increase the frame, and then we go to the next frame. So I think let's see if it works. Let's put we can always test it. We don't have to know it. We can just test it if it works, right? So let's create a smaller room. Something like this, and we put this class here. And now we need to move around the hammer also. So each step the hammer needs to go to mouse position, right? And one more thing, it needs to also click so I don't remember how it was here. Mouse put like mouse check. Was let's see what was that, like number 1 mouse button. Let's see what it let's see if it does something, or I forgot to put the hammer to the room. So now I need to put the hammer to the room, but I already launched the game by accident. Well, let's see, the game is currently like this, but now we add hammer to this room, right? Like here, and let's see if the clicking works, because I never used the code in the clicking. It does work. It does create these cracks, and my final task is that when you click these, then it collapses into smaller pieces, right? So how do we do that? We create another object which is a smaller small piece, right? Piece of glass, piece object, and when it is created, it falls, right? So it has some gravity, maybe gravity, and some random horizontal speed from -5 to +5 maybe. And now when if image index is 2, if it's the last stage of the glass being cracked, then it creates these other objects, right? Some of them. From the middle, we need to put the position of this to middle, right? Middle center. So it creates from the middle these other objects. This is also in the middle, yeah. So it creates some number of them, maybe like I used the old school old school 4, 5, 6 maybe. No time for loops. So it creates this, but then it also needs to destroy itself. So it's like some type of progress in the game. So let's see if this clicking game now works. It doesn't. Now there's this problem that these are outside of the room because I changed our location. But this falling animation wasn't that good, right? It needs to fly in every direction, right? Or let's see again. What will actually happen to the glass in this situation, right? And let's add more frames. And put a greater number. Let's see. I don't remember how it's counted. Well, something like that the children will understand. This is what I wanted to do, but now we can remove the mouse button from how did you remove that? Game options, general, Windows, graphics, display, don't display, okay. And now it doesn't show that, and we also randomize vertical speed maybe, so they fall more apart. Let's see what they do now. Now it's more like more cool, right? And there's no cursor also, so it's pretty nice. And also if we if we add some sound, maybe, where are the sounds? I downloaded some type of sound library, so maybe we can find the glass breaking sound. Where is this sound pack? So explosions, maybe there is something about glass, there isn't. Let's see what type of sounds are here. Hit. If I play this sound, it tries to play it through my microphone. Let's see if it. No, it isn't correct. It isn't the glass breaking, right? So I need to go to internet maybe. What is it? Failure sound. What's that? That's also not glass breaking. Maybe in this sound library there isn't maybe that type of splash. But that's more like it, like splash. So and now we also play the sound when it's destroyed. Audio plays sound, right? This was a long function. No loop, no gain. These ones I don't need to add actually, right? Does it work like this, I wonder? Index, priority, loop. No loop. Okay, let's see if it plays or not. Let's put the speakers on. And there's one more thing I need to do. I need to put the collision of the hammer smaller, the collision mask, because currently it's, even if I hit the other class with the tail of the hammer, it still does damage. So we do this. I don't know how this. How do I rotate this rectangle here? I don't know that rectangle with rotation, but how do I rotate it? I don't know that yet. So let's create something. It's difficult. This part of the hammer. There was this option to put another object as a collision mask. Up there we can make that. So let's try that one. Let's I can pick this, right? And if I put it there, I need to, what is the location of my 45 and 39 is the correct location, right? 45 and 40. Okay, so let's duplicate this. Let's edit. And now let's go to 4540. 4440 is almost correct. 45, 42, 45, 40. Okay, like this. And the collision mask precise. And now we put this, I think this has to be in the middle. And let's put this collision mask same as sprite, not same as sprite, but hammer sprite 1. Let's see if it works. So I don't want the whole hammer to influence this. So now see if I'm not hitting with the hammer part, it still did something. With the other, I think it detected some collision here. If it goes like, it isn't working right. But anyway, you get the point. Like, maybe I need to make it smaller. Maybe I don't know how to do that actually here. Like you could, this isn't maybe just working. I don't know. This wasn't working. I don't know. I haven't tried it, and I don't remember how to do that either. So let's put this. I know another way. Let's put this back to normal, and let's do something here. And how do I rotate the rectangle? So, left, right, top, bottom. I don't know. How do I rotate this? Okay. How do I rotate the collision mask? I don't know. Let's Google how to rotate the collision mask in GameMaker. It's an image angle, right? Precise mask. So I need to use the mask. It doesn't work this way. But it was, why doesn't it do it correctly? I don't know. There is one way to do is to use this one, right? So let's say I create a separate object that follows the main object. So let's say this one has exact collision, right? And the other just follows my exact collision. So this is how I do get it to work. So let's create another object, hammer image object, and this one follows follows my object, right? So now it should work perfectly, right? I didn't succeed with the collision mask, and I forgot to put the hammer image object to the room now. Let's see if it overlaps correctly. It doesn't. It's a it's a mess. So Interesting. It isn't in the center. Let's see. Now I put this one to the center. And now it works as intended. So this was it pretty much. This is the example game. Sorry if I messed up. Maybe the collision mask was actually correct and I just misinterpreted it. It did actually do this, and I thought it didn't. Maybe it did the correct thing, and I just didn't notice that it could be the case. But anyway, you get the point. This is like the visuals I will show tomorrow and day after tomorrow. There is one more thing I would add. Well, now it does it manually with two objects. This this collision mask thing. But I want to add that if there's no more class, the game will restart. So if instance exists object class is false, then the game restarts. And let's also add this that these small pieces, if they fall outside of the room, they will destroy themselves. So it's like a garbage collector. Outside of the room, they aren't calculated anymore. They're just gone. So my example for tomorrow's class will be something like a clicking game, like this. Well, yeah. It is something like that. So thanks for watching, for being on this stream. Well, it isn't actual stream, but really in love with the local community and really in love with the area over here. And let's see how children receive this new teaching.